You guys have enough light down there? Sometimes we turn it on. So. Just finish it.
Okay, call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, Bill Tomei. Steve Rolando. Present. Jackie Stanley.
Here.
Ike White.
Yeah.
Brooks McGugan.
Here.
Terry Lynn Durham. Here. Leroy Breathlake.
Yeah.
Bob Wright.
His lips were moving.
It's okay.
So.
Deb Lehman, present. Okay, the approval of the minutes for the June 9th, 2025. I make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any comments, corrections? Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any public comments? Okay, Chief's report.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a nice 4th of July. Again, it was fairly busy here, but nothing super significant. Busy day today for our people out in the field as well too. So I've just got a few things on my list tonight, and then we'll get into some other business later in the meeting as well too. But first, and this happened a few months ago, and I regretfully didn't bring it up in some of my other prior meetings, but one thing that's been a goal for this department that our command staff settled on earlier this year was specifically peer team training and peer team mental health training as well too. And how do we bridge that gap when we have members that need help, that are struggling, or have had critical incidents and things like that as well too. So several of our staff members in attendance tonight, even a couple of our paramedic specialists, some of our other staff as well too, attended some training a couple months ago on those peer team training and developing our own team here. That's that first kind of line that what happens when things are going south or off the tracks as well too for somebody, not to make light of their situations with a pun, but in really focusing on that. The best thing too is that the peer-to-peer network goes across jurisdictional boundaries and state lines and everything like that as well too. So sometimes the department has a need because there's somebody that is having a hard time or maybe contemplating suicide or any of these different things, and we can go and help out those people as well too. Obviously, we're not trained clinicians by any means, but that training is really, really important to get them that first ear that they can listen. And that's the most important thing, listen to them and provide them help right away. So apologize, I don't have that full list of people, but thank you. I know that Chief Henson, Chief Yunker, a couple others went as well too. So I really want to thank them for spearheading that. That's been a goal, particularly for this year, that we want to start and go from there. So thank you guys for that, and gals, for that as well too. We concluded assistant fire chief interviews last week. That notification will actually go out tomorrow, so I won't say too much tonight as well too, but we've concluded that process as well. One of the big things, and we've talked about this briefly before as well too, is part of our things with our staffing situation as well too, and the forced overtime, having openings at captain and engineer, and what we're doing about those and hiring positions, and also getting our people ready for those positions too. So we recognize that forced overtime is a big issue, and we as a command staff have direction we want to go with that, but we also want to input. We also want input from our members as well too that are being affected by that. So this Thursday, we're having a meeting with several of our employees. They're free to attend. That we need their help to address this problem as well too. And what are your recommendations? What are you guys seeing out in the field? How can we help each other kind of solve this problem together too? So that's this Thursday. We're gonna have a meeting and address that and look at ways we can move forward together to address some of the vacancies we have and address some of those vacancies we have on shift each day. But with vacations and sick call outs and all sorts of different things and just being understaffed there as well. So two incidents I'd like to highlight specifically. I've got a note from our Congresswoman here that sent along her thank you for a recent water rescue we had. Just literally right before that water rescue, our personnel responded to a cardiac arrest on Seabrook Island. I want to thank the town of Seabrook and the Seabrook mayor. The CPR is a witness CPR. The wife begins CPR on her husband, and we arrive on scene, CPR, AED, and we're able to bring that person back on scene while he's there, which is, I won't say it's highly unusual, but that traditionally does not happen in a cardiac arrest as well too, and on-scene witness save as well too. So great work by our people on both incidents. Those were kind of happening almost simultaneously. One night a few weeks ago, we came to a Seabrook Town Council meeting, and the mayor and council recognized our personnel for their actions, and it was a really nice ceremony. So good work by our personnel as well too. So one thing I do want to recently had an engineer retirement. Robert Danahy was with us for over 11 years and had his time and retired. And Rob always had a good attitude, and we appreciate his service as well too. That led to a promotion as well too. So Brian Millar, recently promoted to engineer, was a firefighter for us for the last few years. I'm really impressed with Brian's work ethic and his attitude, and I think he's going to make a great engineer and a future leader for us as well too. Back to Seabrook, we had a hurricane exercise down there, and I want to give credit to Seabrook. They do a really good job of preparing for what could possibly happen as well too. And some of our command staff was involved with those conversations. Madam Chair was there as well too, and we participated in that and had some good outcomes. And we'll knock on some wood. It's very quiet, and it's supposed to stay quiet in the tropics, but we're here and we're ready. We're going through some things. That corner is about to get kind of a makeover as well too for our own EOC purposes and stuff like that as well. So working through some hurricane things as well too. You've got the engagement letter from our auditors in your hands as well too. We had a kickoff meeting on that last week, and ready to go for our audit. So we'll start working through that in the next month or so. Well too. Also, and Ms. Teresa will highlight this a little bit more, but we had a really, really good turnout for our firefighter recruitment drive. We had a really, really good big number of people apply. We had a really, really good number of people that came and tested. And how many interviews did you do last week? 17 interviews last week, and then they're doing more this week as well too. She'll tell you a little bit more about that hiring process, but my goal was to thank Ms. Teresa, but then also we had several staff members that have been helping us with those interviews specifically, and kudos to them as well. They've taken time out of their schedules to come help and recruit those next people as well too. Go ahead, Teresa, if you want to just talk more HR things. Go for it. It is, no, press the button.
Oh, green. Now it's on. To follow up with that, I'll just go ahead and start with the recognition of those that served on the interview panels, because it did take some time and energy. So we had Captain Clark, Captain Rourke, Engineer Breeze, new Engineer Millar, and Firefighter Taylor. Between this week and last week's interviews, they did panels. Last week were the recruits. And out of the 17, we could hire up to 10. We had 10 spots at St. Paul's Academy. We hired 9 because we said we're only going to hire the best. We're not going to fill a 10th seat if we don't feel that, we have that. So we hired 9 great people. They all accepted, and we're very excited, which is fun when you call and they're excited. So they're very excited and filling out all their paperwork, getting all that done. They'll start here on the 4th of August and then go to the academy on the 11th. So they'll be here for their kind of preliminary orientation and such. So that was a lot of fun. And then this week's interviews are for certified firefighters, experienced people. And today we had 4. Tomorrow I think we have 3. So we'll get a few from there. We have up to 4 we can get. 2 were great today, so we're happy about that. And hopefully they'll be great tomorrow too. So that was wonderful. So the hiring, we've been crazy busy, and it's fantastic that we're being able to get enough people interested to fill these positions. Not that hard. They were great. Then separations, the chief already mentioned Danahy's retirement, which was very, very nice talking to him. And we had 2 resignations, one firefighter and one not battalion chief, but battalion chief level. So those two, and that's about it. But we've been crazy busy interviewing, and it's a good thing. It's fun to find out. Like we ask how they heard about it and everything, and many of them said, "So and so told me that this was the best place to work and the greatest place to apply." And so we're hearing a lot of good things out there about us. So that we started with like 65 people in the very beginning before the FPAT and the exam. So yeah, it got down to these. Yep. Any questions?
Positions be open, much position.
Right now, what we have open? Well, we have 9 for the recruits.
Yeah.
And we've got up to 4 we can hire, I believe, from the certified. And then we've got the EMT battalion chief. What else we have
Yeah, the
right now?
numbers are around like 15 or 16.
Yeah,
Right now.
total.
We're bringing 9 on board and then
Right.
more with the certifieds as well too. And then
Oh, the
there was,
logistics.
I think I don't know if
Coming.
you mentioned the external hires for the,
Oh, we had 2
engineers.
external engineers. That's right. This
the
one
captain.
starts on the 28th. And we announced the captain last time. We have captain last time. And 2 engineers, one from Texas and one locally. One starts on the 28th and the other starts with the recruits on the 4th. So that's great because we need engineers. So yeah, so we had quite a good turnout. Lots of new faces around here soon. Any questions? Yeah, Brooks.
How big of an impact financially on the overtime that Chief mentioned, when staffing numbers get to where they ought to be?
yeah. So you look at that, we have on our financial report, there's that non-standard overtime. That usually gives us a good indication of where we're at. Now that fluctuates also based on staffing's one, but also fluctuates on time of year as well too. So more people are more prone to take vacations and things and be approved for vacation in the summer than say February,
Yep.
as well too. So that can fluctuate as well. And what we feel I have, and I have no problem saying this and talk to our people about it, is we have a depth issue. So we talk about succession planning and getting those next people ready, and we're bringing new people in, and it's how do we get them adequately prepared for the next role? What does that look like? What are the conversations around that and getting those people ready for those next roles as well too? We have a hole at captain. That's part of the meeting Thursdays to address some of those holes that we have as well too. And it's going to take everybody's help to kind of get us to where we need to be
So
as well too.
it's definitely going to be a plus as far as maybe cutting down on some of that overtime.
Yeah, it's, so for example, like the overtime situation. So, we have a forced overtime list, no different than what you had when you were probably a firefighter as well too. So there's that list, but also what we've done is, hey, if you take the overtime voluntarily, you move to the bottom of that forced list. The problem becomes is that it's just the hole is getting wider. So it's, we got to keep that cycle of people going and keep that also on that end. And this is something I've told our department as well too. I don't just put bodies in seats as well too. We want people that are ready for the position and can do the job, not just tactically, but from a value standpoint as well too, and how they act and behave as well too. So those are all different things. It's a complicated puzzle piece.
Yeah.
But we can't do it without their help as well. So we've given some direction. We're trying to get some feedback on that and try to work with each other to alleviate this problem as well too. Some of that is done through external hiring as well.
And the compensation plan, the new comp plan
Yep.
incentivizes people to do classes and move up. And so that should help too.
Yeah, and it was kind of coming up last. I was going to talk about that afterwards. We have the new pay plan in, and the pay plan was designed to incentivize people to start working towards those next steps and then get to those next steps as well too. We're only a few weeks in, but we've already identified a couple areas of concern where we may have to adjust that. And I owe Commissioner Rolando some dates for an HR committee meeting because there's a few things on the pay plan we need to discuss, and also a couple other things going on that we need to discuss as well too. So we'll get those dates for that, and finance really should be involved in that as well too. But those things are coming, and a strategic planning meeting.
Well, I feel very confident that Teresa's on top of that along with the commands. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're trying.
Appreciate that.
Chief Prowse, anything you'd like to go over?
Good afternoon. So covering incidents for the month of June, total incident number is 394.
that broke out to be 218 incidents on Johns Island, 90 incidents on Kiowa, 48 on Seabrook, and 38 on Wabmall. Any questions of the incidents?
There's some good, couple things happened just over the time that we've made some good stops on. Small fire out on Kiowa, they made a good stop on today, just today popped off a little bit. And
Yeah.
at Kiowa River, we talked about the need for a station there. We had a pretty decent, no fault of our people. We had a pretty decent response time just because of movement in the district today, but car fire near a house.
First thing this morning, I had an overturned dump truck with entrapment. So
Yeah.
working with Auto Aid Group, that turned out to be a success for us.
And then we talked a little bit about pay plan need for a HR committee meeting, and there's really truly great people that work here up and down this organization, and I thank them for their hard work. Any questions for me? Thank you.
Financial report.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Okay, I want to go over the June financial report. Please note this is the unaudited figures. We're still getting stuff coming in this month and next month that's going to affect those numbers. So the budget remaining goal is 0% and our actual is at 4.56%. Our bank balances as of June 30th include our operating account at around 12.3 million, our LGIP account at around 13,000, our 2022 Go Bond account at around 23,000, the 2023 Go Bond account at around 290,000, and our 2024 Go Bond account at around 16.8 million. Our revenue for June included our retiree reimbursements and an advanced EMT program reimbursement. Our May collections from the county was around 200,000, and the non-standard overtime for June was around 97,000. And then looking at the dashboard for the month of June, our operating expenditures year to date is at 19.6 million, which includes encumbrances. Our base pay percentage is at 87%. And while we are still waiting on our June collections, we are seeing an 8.57% increase in tax revenue compared to this time last year. Any questions?
Thank you. Any unfinished business or old business? Okay, yeah, I was just going to say attorney update.
Yeah, you just have to turn that on, Spencer.
I didn't want to try to move the table back from the photographer who was still finishing up when we got here. So I did jinx it last month. It has been a very busy month. I know y'all know this, but I just can't reiterate what amazing staff y'all have here. They make my life and job so much easier, but it was a busy month. We did have some issues we're sorting through. We've got 2 items on the executive session. We also are working on the property sale that we talked about last time for the new Station 5.
Mhm.
Okay. And we have been working with the county on that. We may even have to talk to them about the zoning because it's zoned differently than the existing parcel. And of course, we're going to have the plat refiled because their property is going to get subdivided to accomplish the transfer. So completed the sale contract with Chief Kunitzer last week, and thank you to him for really spearheading that and working so closely with the family. And then I do believe it would be appropriate to go into executive session tonight for 2 items on the agenda. Any questions for me? Okay.
Any new business? Okay, committee reports, building committee.
Okay, we've had a busy month. June 18th, we had our regular Leolio Architect Progress meeting on Station 5. On June 26th, we selected Edifice as a contractor for Station 5. We're in the process of negotiating his fee right now. On July 2nd, we had another Leolio Progress meeting, and they presented schematic design to us. July 8th, we had a kickoff meeting with Court Architects for the Kiowa River Station. So now we have 2 stations in design at the same time. So it's going to continue to be busy. And we're anxiously awaiting the purchase of the land because the architect Leolio is proceeding on the premise that we're going to get that.
That contract is signed. Yeah, we're under contract. So
But that whole acre, most of that acre is taken up in retention pond right now, so in the current design, so. That's all I have. Any questions?
Okay, we did not have a finance committee meeting. I did check with Danielle and they are going to have a meeting with our bond consultants. So we should see some activity there probably early fall, but Gary Pope, I think he's the one that kind of gives us timelines of when we have to kick that off. I said we have plenty of money to still spend, so we're in good shape for now. Human resource?
We did not have a meeting. This chief stated we were in the process of schedule.
Strategic planning?
we need I'll get with you to schedule a date on that as well, too, probably next month. So.
Do we have any public or firefighter comments? Commissioner comments, Bill?
Congratulations to the engineer that was promoted. Thank you to all the firefighters for doing what you do.
Steve?
Congratulations to Brian Laura, and thank you for everything the district does.
Jackie?
I'd like to thank the personnel, what Chief told us with the call on Seabrook Island. That was the first, and that's saved someone's life. I appreciate everything everybody's doing. Also for the staff who doing with all this hiring. I used to do that, so it's a pain. So I congratulate y'all doing that. And to the rest of the department, just be safe out there.
Leroy?
Okay, this one.
Sorry.
Thank you, Chief, and for the whole staff for the mental health issue. That's a great thing. You guys go out and, you work really hard and come back in the letdown, being a prime military. There's over 70 veterans committing suicide each day. So, it's good to be able to talk to someone and then show them where they can get some help. So thank you guys for doing that. That's it.
Thank you.
Terry Lynn?
To everything that has been said, to the staff, everyone continue to be safe out there.
Ike?
Yes, I just say to everyone to continue to be safe. I really appreciate to hear the good work you're doing, and just to take care of one another, and just like Leroy said about the mental health, I feel as though that's a very important thing. So thank you.
I agree with all of that. Mental health is, we've all seen things that you can't unsee. And it's excellent that we're taking the time and the money to address that. Thank you, Representative Nace, for taking the time to write a thank you. I think that's real good when it comes time to get money. So, no, it's, once again, I'm very, very proud of, what's being done. And it's funny you should say that, people heard about a great job. That's how I heard about it in 1987. And guys, they were right. So I appreciate it. Have a good evening.
Bob?
Thank you. Just thank everyone for the job they're doing. Our experience in saving people is absolutely terrific. We just should make sure the community we serve understands what we're doing and the success rate we're having. Thank you.
Hey, and I was glad that the mayor of Seabrook Island recognized the saving of a life. And the gentleman that they saved actually attended the ceremony. So that was even a bigger plus, is that he was able to attend and thank the firefighters and everybody that was involved in person. So I thought that was really good. Any other comments? Okay, I'm going to make a motion to go into executive session. We are going to discuss a settlement, and we're also going to discuss a contract. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it.
Chief,
Yes.
Chief, I
Yes.
didn't get the email for the telephone number.
Okay, let me send it to you. Your cell phone's working up there?
Yep.
Okay, let me take a picture of the email and I'll send you that with the, it should say executive session on the picture, okay?
Okay, super. Thank you.
Oh, I thought I did.
Love you, mom and dad. Thank you so much for making it possible. Now you can kind of push yourselves first. Years ago, you best with all of life's versions. 6 to year. If you're 50 plus, you can save up much by switching 280 lines to big wireless to consumer separate. And you've got cellular coverage. So why don't you pick up your phone while I take this annual and
Yes. Okay. Yep, perfect. Thank you.
Celebration, all this stuff.
Hey, Bob, we'll get started in a second.
It's okay.
The begin date would be today, and then it would be, it's basically June 30th of 2030. That 5 years. What's the last date? July 1, okay.
Okay, we are back in general session, and we do have some motions. And can you turn your speaker on?
First motion is for the non-monetary settlement with STJFD. Look for approval of this settlement.
I second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? The motion carries.
Second motion is to approve a contract for Chief Producer, which would begin on July 14th and end July 1st, 2030. That's June 14th, 2025.
I second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstain? Motion carries. Is there any other topics?
I just want to say, appreciate our commissioners and your dedication, particularly to our people. And I try to echo your support as much as possible. And again, I thank you for your support for myself as well too. So
I make a motion for meeting adjournment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Aye. Any opposed or abstain? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.